Welcome everybody, and thank you for your interest in this program. So today I'm just going to dive into a slight overview and introduction of the program, and especially the idea of the program design. And then I will open the floor and answer your questions. So first of all, for this Master's in Accounting Finance, it's a slightly different program compared to traditional Masters in Accounting Finance, in the sense that we decided to partner with a professional body, which is SEMA. I don't know how much you know about professional bodies, but in accounting and finance field, professional practice is really, really important. So when we design this program, what we want to give students is not only a degree at master's level, but also fast track your professional progression, which means if you look at what we offer in this master's program, first of all, you're going to get a master's degree, of course, but also at the same time, you will be recognized by SEMA as a management accounting professional on track to be chartered. So the idea behind the design is for every student at this level to not only think about practice in accounting in the sense of the basic junior tasks, but also at a higher level, aspiring to a management level position. I presume that if you're interested in this accounting finance master's program, you all have a little bit of background in accounting finance, and you know that there are multiple professional bodies in accountancy. So SEMA is one of the biggest. There are also ACCA, which is my own professional body, and also in Scotland, we have one of the earliest, well, actually the earliest professional accountancy body in the world, which is ICAS, Institute of Chartered Accountancy of Scotland. And in accounting, there are two big groups of accountants working in different areas. One is financial accounting, which basically does your auditing, your taxation, your external functions in financial services. And the other big group would be your management accountants. And these people are the ones who work within an organization, which are intending to involve in value creation. So these are the skills that SEMA is focusing on. And from my personal perspective, being an accounting and finance professional, having a chartered status and being part of a professional body is just as important, if not more important, than having a master's degree, in the sense that within accounting finance field, you need to have professional engagement, which the professional body can provide you with various conferences, seminars. You'll be in touch with what's happening in the world. But also you have to have lifelong learning, which is professional development. And in the sense that you need to know what's coming. For example, with this COVID-19 situation, I benefit a tremendous amount from my own professional body, in the sense that they are telling me who the other professionals who are practicing in their field are coping with this. And this is invaluable to our everyday practice and for you as a future financial professional. And also, professional bodies provide protection. So in the sense, when you're practicing, your professional body will give you guidance on ethics and to some extent legal protection. So it's very, very important for any accounting finance aspiring professionals to be thinking about joining a professional body. And this is the idea why we partner with SEMA, because SEMA is one of the biggest accountancy body in the world, and especially after they started to partnering with the AICPA in America, they have essentially become the largest professional accountancy body in the world. And this means you have a very, very strong and very big professional body behind you every step of the way in your career progression. And if you want me to talk about SEMA a bit more, we can get into that in the Q&A session. And as you can see from this program, you're not only getting a master's degree, you're getting maximum exemptions from SEMA. So this means you're getting 11 exemptions from the 14 exams. And the post MCS means that you get these exemptions after you finish the management level case study. So as soon as you finish that, SEMA would award you the 11 exemptions. At the same time, SEMA is going to award you an advanced diploma in management accounting. So this is equivalent of a degree in certain sense, and it's globally recognized. Okay. And you will also be automatically registered as a SEMA student when you join this program, and your registration fee and your subscription for the first year will be covered in your tuition. And you will get your first attempt at the management case study for free. So the first exam fee is also covered. And some of you might know that SEMA has waived all the exemption fees. So that means for the first 11 exams, when you're getting the exemptions, you do not have to pay. So there's a huge saving. So why do you really want to do this program? So why are we partnering with SEMA to a certain extent? We want to prepare students in these type of skills, and these are the skills that SEMA want to bring out in their members. So first of all, you're looking at technical skills, which is basic skills for every single accountant. But also in the other three, you can see it's different from our traditional sense of a bean counter, a traditional sense of an accountant. For SEMA, accounting and finance professionals do not only have to have technical skills, they also need to have business skills, people skills, and leadership skills. And all of this is equally important, and they're embedded on top of your professional ethics, integrity, and professionalism. So this is the kind of a framework we want to work towards in developing our student skills. And these are the skills you can expect to improve and learn during your time with us. And what can you do with a master's in accounting finance from QMU in collaboration with SEMA? So traditionally people think, oh, if I'm learning accounting finance, does it mean I need to be an accountant? No, you don't. So if you look at this slide, these are all the roles people with SEMA qualification work in. So you can see people from IT, people working in consultancy, HR, even operations director or COO type of professionals, and of course, the traditional sense, financial director. And also there are a big number of chief executives with SEMA qualification. So with this program, we're not aiming to train you as a traditional accountants. We're trying to be able to give you the platform to pursue different areas. So if you're saying, I'm not interested in becoming an accountant, I'm interested in IT, I'm interested in HR, I'm interested in project management, you can go and do it because SEMA framework does cover all these different areas of expertise. So what is special about our master's program in accounting finance in QMU? So maybe some of you already know that in some other universities, the master's in accounting finance is probably the largest postgraduate classes they have, ranging from probably 60 students to 150 students. In QMU, we do not operate like that. We believe in small class teaching, which means your program team will have a personal familiarity with every single student. And we know your progress. We know where you start from day one, and we see every step of your progress, which also means lecturers deliver all the lecture and seminar contents. So you might know that in other universities, sometimes PhD students or teaching assistants deliver seminars or workshops. But in QMU, all of the content hours are with your lecturers. And I myself will take care of 2 of your 3 modules in the first term, which lay a groundwork and foundation for the accountancy side of your program. And all of these content are designed by me, delivered by me, and you can get in touch directly with me anytime you want. There is no middleman, there's no student service in the middle, there's no teaching assistants in the middle. Everything is in between you and your lecturers. We'll also encourage your group learning. So depending on the size of the class, I would encourage you to build a group working environment from day one, may it be online or face-to-face, because this will be your support group throughout the master's program and beyond. By beyond, I mean after your master's program. We want you to keep in touch. We want you to support each other in the rest of your SEMA qualification exams. So you will support each other from the master's program all the way till you're fully qualified. Yeah. So that is a support group that we want to help you build from day one. So for anything else, you can ask me, and also you can email me directly. So my email is here on the slide. Some of you have already got in touch with me directly, and I will always welcome your questions, and I'll always reply to you as soon as possible. So I think that's my overview of this program, and anything you would want to ask me, now is the time.
Mo, thank you very much for that presentation. It was really, really interesting. I just wanted to say that in terms of the contact details as well, so student recruitment at QMU.ac.uk. So if anyone does have any requests for a copy of Mo's presentation today, the slides along with the background context as well will be available. All you need to do is contact student recruitment at QMU.ac.uk and just ask for a copy of the accounting and finance presentation. As Mo says, if anyone has any questions, we're both happy to support everyone as fully as we possibly can.
I've got one here. How is COVID-19 situation going to affect the program development? Are classes going to move online? Thanks for the question. From the point of view of this program, we're going to be guaranteeing 5 hours of contact every week, face-to-face contact, that is. So some part of the program will be delivered online, but we will be having face-to-face interaction every week to ensure that students' learning experience is as good as it can be. And for something specific to this program, because this is a master's in accounting finance, and my plan as program leader for delivering 2 modules in the first term is to give students contents before each contact hour we have on campus. And we will slightly develop a flipped classroom type of learning, because everybody from all different types of backgrounds join this program, and their base knowledge of accounting finance are slightly different. So I would be laying out the requirements for this week beforehand, so everybody has an opportunity to plan and to prepare. And then I would enhance your understanding through discussion, through interaction, so that we get to the learning outcome together. So probably some fixed components like lecturing would probably move online, but discussion, seminars, and group work would definitely still be face-to-face. So it's not an online program.
I think, yeah, that's great. And just to support that, in terms of, from the university's perspective, student safety, staff safety, all of our safety has to come first, and that will never, ever be compromised in any way. The university has been working hard behind the scenes in terms of looking at capacity on campus as to how many students can we have in a classroom at any time, cleaning of desks, of computers and various things in between classes as well. That's all being taken care of and thought through. So in an ideal world, we would always want to welcome as many of you to QMU in September as we possibly can. And we still want to do that, but we will be done in a safe manner. Mo, what maybe you'll be able to tell us in terms of class sizes?
Majority of our lecture rooms would accommodate between 9 to 13, 14 students with 2 meters social distancing. So if our classroom size is in that range, which I do not expect this program to be more than 20 students, to be honest, it would probably be around 15-ish. So if we're in that situation, that would be perfect size, so we can be accommodated in the same room, and we can have a block of 3 hours or 3 to 5 hours each week to have the intensive face-to-face interaction. I think that would be working well for this program. And if the student size is slightly bigger than that, then we probably have to take turns. And also, it might be the case that not all students want to come on campus, because some of them might be immune compromised, or some of them, I already got students emailing me saying, oh, they've got health issues and they're worried to be coming on campus. So I do not see the reasons why we cannot be accommodated in the same room for this particular program.
Yeah, and that's good to know as well. I mean, I guess as staff, I mean, as I've been working from home for nearly 3 months now. So yeah, we're just used to and accustomed to working in a different way. What I guess going forward, we'll all have adapted, and we will continue to adapt. I mean, there's actually talk of them extending the teaching day a little bit to get the capacity on campus, just so that we can have as much of that valuable contact time that we can possibly have. We don't want to put all our courses online. It's not our plan, not our nature to do that. So.
But we do have flexibility of designing the program. For example, I would have synchronous activities. For example, we would be online at the same time if we decide to use online platform, but I would require everybody to be present so that we can do discussions, group work together. But also students might need flexibility, then things that you study by yourself, things that you can watch offline anytime you want, and these components could be online so that you get your flexibility that way. All right, so the induction of the course is expected to start 14th of September. So that's induction. So you've got 2 weeks of induction to get you registered, and you know what software to use, and you know where to go, and safety protocols because of COVID-19 and everything, and introduce you to student union and all different aspects of your student life. And the teaching is not going to officially start for this program until early October. That's my plan.
I guess again, just to jump in, what I will say is the plans are in place at the moment. I guess they will be subject to change a little bit, just in case. I mean, things might get better a lot quicker. That would be ideal. And again, what we would then do is reflect and review the plans that have been put forward.
Yes, the induction is different with different schools. So we have slightly staggered induction so that we spread students thinly so they don't come onto campus all at the same time. So for this postgraduate program, the induction is from 14th of September all the way till the end of September. And the start of teaching is the end of September to early October. Anybody else? If nobody's jumping in, I would like to say a little bit more about my plan for professional engagement, because the professional side of this program is really, really the center that I would like to develop. So from day one, I would involve the recruitment manager from SEMA to be in contact with you directly. And that person will come in virtually or face-to-face to come in to give you guidance on your professional life. For example, from employability, students in the past want to know how to present themselves in job market, how to present a professional accounting finance CV, things like this. We would use SEMA's resources heavily on this. And also, I would like to build in student experience specifically for the accounting finance program in terms of getting you to be exposed to the accounting and finance professional world, to see how people engage with each other by maybe going to SEMA funded conferences, to meet other SEMA members, so that from day one, you have this idea in your mind what you want to become in terms of accounting finance professional. So the job market situation this year, I think probably a lot of students will be considering doing further education first before joining the job market, because if you think about it, this is the time to build up your qualification so that next year you're into the job market, you're having a lot higher level qualification. And from my personal experience as program leader before in other institutions, some of the top employers in the country in the accounting finance field, some of them are almost exclusively recruiting professional body student members. So for example, they would only recruit, say, SEMA student members or ACCA student members, because you're already halfway there. So essentially, you are saving their training budget. So for example, last year, we know Arnold Clark explicitly said they would only recruit professional body student members or someone at least partially qualified. So this is one of the reasons why we design these accounting finance programs with a really well-established professional body.
Accreditation does make all the difference, definitely.
It does, it certainly does in this field.
Does anyone have any other questions?
So this program started last year. So this coming September will be the second year this program has been running. But the collaboration with SEMA has started long ago. So we have a very good standing relationship with SEMA. And there's probably another reason why we decided to go further and offer a master's program with them. And some of you might not be very aware of the different professional bodies in accounting and finance. So even if you are in a position to choose, you might not know how to choose. Myself included, when I was choosing the professional body, I chose ACCA because at that time I was involved in auditing and taxation work, which is external financial services. So it really depends on your aspiration. So what would you like to do? So if you would like to probably become a general manager with a finance expertise, so that is what SEMA is about. SEMA is about creating well-rounded professionals with a financial expertise. So it's, if you're hardcore auditing experts, you would not go with SEMA. But if you want to be a general manager with well-rounded knowledge in business and financial expertise, then SEMA is the professional body of choice. And for everybody who are interested in this program, I would highly encourage you to go to SEMA's website and really have a look at what this means and how much added value this is to your future career. And then if you have a look at the SEMA qualification framework, you will see how much time you are saving yourself by doing a master's program instead of taking the exam one by one from the first subject. Actually, I have considered myself, I'm ACCA qualified, but I have actually considered getting SEMA qualification as well, because they do have different areas of specialty. However, in accounting world, you do not tend to be in two camps. You tend to be in only one. And SEMA and ACCA being the biggest in the world, there's a certain kind of rivalry there. So I would not want to be in both camps. But it's really about your interest. So if you're really interested in doing taxation work, auditing work, and external functions of financial services, you would probably want to go with ACCA. But if you're interested in management, if you're interested in how to create value rather than looking through what's been done before, which is essentially auditing, then you would probably want to be with SEMA. And SEMA and ACCA are both expanding very fast in the world, and they're both international qualifications. So if you want to have a qualification that can take you anywhere in the world, if you want to be practicing in America, SEMA can take you there, Canada. If you want to practice in Asia, Hong Kong, or even in Australia, SEMA will get you there. And because these are internationally recognized qualifications, you basically take it anywhere you go. How was the employability rate for last year students? For employability rate, Greg, I do not have that information.
Yeah, I think that's always a good question. What we do as a university is we'll always, our alumni team will always reach out to and keep in touch with former students that have been with us on all the courses. It's maybe a little bit too early in terms of the fact that they'll have just graduated, actually the first cohort of students. So in terms of last year's, it's maybe just a little bit too early just to tell that, but we will be able to get that information as soon as possible. What we're looking for from our students going forward, we want you to be part of the community. We want you to be global thoughts as well. Our careers team as well. That's something else to maybe think about, is the careers service at QMU as a career service for life. So you could come and study the accounting and finance course, and in 3 or 4 years' time think, I need to freshen my resume, my CV up, and our careers team will certainly be able to help you do that. And I'll hand over to you just for now.
Yeah, sure. Employability is definitely at the heart of this program. So because accounting finance in the end is a vocational subject, unless you're like me, you're interested in academic life. Of course, you can do a PhD after the master's if that's what you want to do. But based on my own experience, probably 100 students I taught, probably only 2 would go the way that I did. So absolutely, it's basically give yourself a choice. You're really opening up your options with this program. You can go professional, and geographically you can go everywhere around the world. You don't have to be confined to the UK or to Scotland. And also, can any of you think of an organization that does not have some sort of accounting finance professional working in it? May it be a charity, a government, a university, a hospital. Even when you're working as a sole trader, you would have to have some help from an accounting finance professional at some point. So it's really a career path that can take you anywhere, and it would be the skills that are highly sought after in any industry. And with this, probably, if we're being realistic, the economy is not going to be bouncing back as soon as we get out of this pandemic. So your personal strategy would be to top up your qualification, improve skills, and get the best shot.
I really liked that point that you made, Mo, about this being a good time. I mean, there's absolutely no sales pitch or hard sell from anyone at the university. But I guess when thinking about it, if you take a step back, if the job market is maybe temporarily going to be a little bit below in terms of the number of jobs that are available, there is probably not a better time to upskill and to place yourself into the best possible position for when things do start to pick up. So I thought that was a really, really good point, well made. Does anyone have any further questions?
My PhD is actually in accounting. Well, I could talk to you for hours about this, but I would just summarize that. My previous working experience in the Scottish public sector gave me this idea of how accounting is not only a functional department in organization. So actually accounting is more than that, because, for example, if you produce a report, you might be doing that for legitimacy reasons, especially you're looking at getting funding from the government. So the use of accounting can be different, multidimensional. And if you're looking to study accounting itself from a sociology perspective and critical perspective, it opens up a whole new field. So basically, my PhD is in looking at accounting from a sociology perspective, if that makes any sense to you. But I highly enjoyed it. Yeah, so I would also bring in my own research interests and my previous working experience into my teaching, and also because I have a very vastly different kind of education background. My undergraduate is from Beijing, my master's and PhD is from Edinburgh. So I do have an international perspective in the subject that I can pass on. I think that's also very important. This is one of the few subjects that is truly international. For example, if you're studying law in Scotland, you can't easily practice law somewhere else. Scottish law is different from other areas. But accounting finance field, it's all transferable skills. So it truly can take you anywhere. Well, this is a very interesting question, because if you're interested in ICAS, then it means you're interested in more probably towards the practice of taxation and auditing side of things. And ICAS is set up differently from SEMA in the way that they do not recognize prior experience, and they have a very specific 3-year program for you to go on. And my personal recommendation would be, if you're looking for exemptions from ICAS, you could always present your own transcript and your past educational experience. For example, your undergraduate modules from different universities, and you can present these transcripts to ICAS. And their review process takes quite long, but they would give you their opinion. So it's not a standard 3 exemptions, 6 exemptions. They don't do that. They would look at your background and your performance in each subject as well. So it's not a done deal. So it could be you would have 5 exemptions if you've done the accounting finance, if you performed well, or you could have none. So it's not a clear-cut question. So, but I would say if you're interested in ICAS, then SEMA might not be the way to go. So if you're interested in getting qualified as a CA in Scotland with ICAS, then my personal recommendation is to go and look at ICAS website and have a look at their own, they call development routes. It's a 3-year program, and get a mentor to mentor you. And that is the way that ICAS prefers.
Just to reiterate, if anyone does want a copy of the presentation, then that can be requested by emailing studentrecruitment@qmu.ac.uk. If there are any other presentations that you're interested in, there are careers, there's presentations for international students, there's the welcome by Dr. Richard Butt as well. So lots of hopefully very valuable information that's going to be available to be sent out, and you can the presentations again and maybe pick up things that you haven't caught in real time. So it doesn't look like there's any more questions. So Mo, I'm going to just publicly say thank you very much for joining us and thanks for supporting us.
Thank you.
We've all hopefully learned something valuable from your presentation. I know I certainly have. And thanks to everyone for joining us this afternoon. We hope that you're all safe and well. Take care, look after yourselves. We'll hopefully all see you on campus as safely and as soon as we possibly can.
Yes, thank you for having me. And also, if you want to get in touch with me via email, please do so. If you have other questions you didn't remember to ask today and you had a moment of, oh, I wish I'd have asked that, you can email me directly.
Yeah, I think somebody described it as the bus home question, because you always think about it after you've left somewhere when you're on the bus going home.
Yeah.
So, yeah. There's contact details on the screen if people have made applications and are needing little updates on how they're progressing, or if there's anything you're still needed to be asked for from the university in terms of your conditional offers, if there's any further documentation required, you're not sure. Admissions@qmu.ac.uk will be more than happy to help you. Mo's email address is there as well as the university website. There's student recruitment at qmu.ac.uk. So any presentations you're looking for, drop them a wee email there and we'll get that out to you as soon as possible. But in the meantime, big thank you to Mo.
Thank you.
Stay safe, take care, and thank you.
Thank you, everybody.